I reincarnated as a tree that can keep evolving. As long as I spend my beast essence, every part of my body can evolve. Just a moment ago, I spent 1 year's worth of beast essence to evolve one of my leaves. So I can control it with my mind like my own hand. It can kill people without leaving a trace. But I don't dare evolve too much right now, because I only have 9 years of beast essence left. Plus, I have no idea how to get more of it. Right at that moment, a woodpecker pecked away at my trunk. I didn't hold back at all. Right after, a sharp whooshing sound cut through the air. I directed my spiritized leaf to slice forward. It hit the woodpecker in the blink of an eye. The woodpecker didn't even have time to scream before it was sliced into a cloud of blood mist. Just then, I noticed my stat panel had changed. My lifespan had actually increased by a full year. I got super excited right away. I think I just figured out how to get more beast essence. Then I tried taking that extra year of beast essence and injected it into another leaf. That second leaf was successfully spiritized too. Now I had a huge craving for more beast essence. Good thing this mountain forest is full of bugs and birds. A day passed in no time. I had already saved up 10 years of beast essence without noticing. My total beast essence hit 19 years. I immediately spiritized 14 more leaves, feeling that incredible power surging through me. My heart was racing with excitement. I have 500 leaves in total right now. If I can spiritize all of them, just thinking about that scenario, I can't help grinning from ear to ear. Right at that moment, a shrill, sad cry suddenly sounded from the sky above. A flock of crows was descending from the sky. They seemed to have sensed something. They landed on my branches really quickly. I was going to kill all of them right away, but I noticed one of the crows looked pregnant. That made me pause mid-move. I gave up on the idea of hunting them, but I never expected that this pair of crows would build a nest on me. And they laid 10 crow eggs the very next day. I found that pretty amusing. Even though I really wanted more beast essence, I didn't need to take it from these few crows, so I just decided to let them stay. In the days that followed, the female crow sat on the eggs every day, while I kept hunting insects and birds non-stop. Before I knew it, 20 days had passed. All of my leaves were now fully spiritized. My height had also gone up from the original, 3 zang to 4 zang. But in this ancient mountain forest, I was still really unnoticeable. Right at that moment, a bunch of noisy, cute little chirps sounded out. I was stunned for a second. I swept my consciousness around and saw the crow eggs had hatched into baby crows. They opened their mouths and cawed as soon as they were born, clearly starving and waiting to be fed. But I didn't realize the male crow had left that morning and never came back. I had a bad feeling about what happened. The mother crow seemed to have the same hunch. She flew out of the nest to look for him. Half a day later, she came back with a bunch of bugs, but she was covered in blood all over. She was barely hanging on to life. After feeding all the bugs to the baby crows, the mother crow fell from the nest to the ground. She was dead. I was shocked again. I actually hunted tons of bugs and birds every day, but my attacks were way too fierce, so all those bugs and birds turned straight into blood mist every time I attacked. That's why the 2 adult crows still had to go hunting every day. I never paid attention to that before. If I don't take care of them, these baby crows will definitely die. I guess I'll help you guys out. In the days after that, the baby crows grew closer and closer to me under my care. Now that all my leaves are fully spiritized, all right, next step. It's time to spiritize my roots. My roots are split into tap roots and fibrous roots. I have 3 tap roots and 100 fibrous roots. 15 years of lifespan isn't enough to spiritize a taproot. I can only spiritize fibrous roots right now. I didn't hesitate for long. I injected my lifespan into one of the fibrous roots. During the spiritization process, I felt a sharp stinging pain, and a moment later, the fully spiritized fibrous root was obviously much stronger and dug a lot deeper into the ground. It grew from 1 chi to 3 chi long. Another month passed in the blink of an eye. I finally finished spiritizing all my fibrous roots. My height also grew to 5 zhang. Around me, the 10 baby crows had already learned how to fly. They cawed non-stop as they circled around me. Just then, a roar entered my consciousness. The next second, I saw a wild boar charging straight in my direction. I didn't hesitate at all. I immediately whipped 500 leaves into motion and killed the wild boar completely in just a split second. When I saw my beast essence increase by 50 years, I was stunned for a second. Huh. How is that possible? You know, a normal pig only lives around 20 years, but I quickly figured it out. This wild boar wasn't ordinary. It must have been a spiritized wild boar. That made sense all of a sudden. Then I was over the moon. With 50 extra years of lifespan, I can try to spiritize my main root. Soon, tons of glowing dots poured into this main root. The next second, the main root that was originally 2 zhang long grew to 5 zhang long out of nowhere. I even felt that if I put in enough effort, I could use this main root to pull myself right out of the dirt. Thinking of that, I couldn't help trying to move this main root. The thick, dark root broke through the soil under my control. But as soon as the root came out, I felt an unbearable tearing pain right away. It wasn't just pain. I also sensed a life-threatening danger. Oh no. I didn't dare hesitate. I quickly shoved the spiritized main root back into the dirt. Ugh. Sure enough, tree roots can't be moved randomly. After that little episode, I found my stat panel had changed. A new entry was added under the abilities section, Ginkgo Spirit Fruit Condensation. But before I could look into it carefully, I saw a snow-white figure flash past. It was a snow vulture. It had perfectly snow-white feathers. Its eyes were dark and shiny, super cute. But this snow vulture was obviously not a normal one. It was twice the size of a regular snow vulture. The snow vulture looked alert. This area was pretty unfamiliar to it. It shouldn't have come here, but it couldn't hold back the impulse in its heart. A mysterious aura was drawing it over. It finally stopped right in front of me. And right at that moment, I suddenly stretched out several roots to wrap it up. No matter how fast or far it tried to run, it was useless. But I didn't plan to kill this snow vulture, because I could feel the mysterious fluctuation on the snow vulture. This fluctuation was similar to that of my spiritized body parts. The earlier wild boar was also unusual, but it didn't have such obvious, mysterious fluctuation. I decided to try taming it. Since I have human intelligence, I know a thing or two about taming wild animals. I had an idea, and let the snow vulture go. Sure enough, the snow vulture tried to run away immediately. I didn't hold back either. I caught it again with my fibrous roots right away. After repeating this several times, a hint of despair showed in the snow vulture's eyes. It finally laid on the ground, totally defeated. After I successfully tamed it, I decided to test the effect of the Ginkgo Spirit Fruit. Ginkgo Spirit Fruit. Condense. Spiritual energy surged on one of my branches instantly. Soon a white ginkgo fruit formed there. At the same time, one of my leaves withered quickly. Condensing a ginkgo spirit fruit actually cost me part of my own body. Luckily, this leaf only withered and lost its spiritized power. It wasn't completely destroyed. Otherwise, I'd be way more upset. This ginkgo spirit fruit is useless for me, so it obviously can only be used on other plants or animals. Right at that moment, the snow vulture clearly sensed something and looked up at the ginkgo spirit fruit in the air abruptly. Strong desire showed in its eyes, and very soon, the snow vulture couldn't wait to eat the ginkgo fruit. Then it let out a painful screech. Its fluffy body slammed around crazily. And during this process, the snow vulture's body was growing rapidly. It was obviously going through spiritization. After a while, the fully spiritized snow vulture got much closer to me. It would rub its feathers against my trunk from time to time when suddenly, I found a new level section added to my panel. My current level is upper tier 1. Looking at it this way, the panel can also get information from the outside world and adjust itself constantly based on that information. Through the snow vulture, I confirmed that ginkgo spirit fruits are good for animals. Then I didn't hesitate anymore and condensed another 10 ginkgo spirit fruits. They flew straight to 10 crows. After half a quarter of an hour, they also finished their spiritization. The 10 crows became extremely large, looking just like giant eagles. Their feathers and claws also became extremely sharp, just like weapons. Their info panels soon appeared in front of me, and right when I was checking the information, they moved, and a storm was stirred up. Then they darted out like loosed arrows. That speed totally shocked me. It's 3 times faster than before. This must be their skill gale forces effect. But right at this moment, a sharp screech came from the sky. My consciousness immediately spotted an eagle. It's actually that one. Right when I first arrived here, I encountered this very giant eagle. This time I saw the stat panel of this eagle. This eagle actually has 2 abilities, and its level is the same as mine. The green spirit eagle didn't just pass by chance. I quickly went on high alert. I can clearly sense it staring right at me. To be exact, it's after the spirit crows and snow spirit eaglets. It just seems to be wary of me. That's why it hasn't dared to come down yet. At the same time, all 10 spirit crows and the snow spirit eaglet have noticed the green spirit eagle is here. They don't dare to mess around anymore. They all hid right next to me. I could even feel them trembling all over. Even though they've already ranked up, they're still way weaker than the green spirit eagle. I need to make it come down fast. Otherwise, if other beasts get attracted, we'll be in trouble. The green spirit eagle's holding back from coming down purely because it's afraid of me. If that's the case, I'll use this trick to lure you down. My trick is super simple. I just have to pretend to be weak. The green spirit eagle has some intelligence, but it's not that smart. This plan is definitely going to work. Right away, I reined in my mysterious power as much as possible, so it doesn't leak out any aura. In just a moment, my aura dropped super fast. It felt almost the same as the snow spirit eaglets. Sure enough, when the green spirit eagle high up sensed the change, it immediately charged straight at me. But right at this instant, 500 leaves formed a tight dragnet, completely surrounding and trapping the green spirit eagle. But when these leaves sliced at the green spirit eagle, it was like cutting into black iron. Its defense is so ridiculously overpowered. But I didn't panic at all. The green spirit eagle's defense is this strong. It's probably from its green spirit feather ability. I was already prepared for this. The next second, countless fibrous roots burst out from the ground, stabbing at the green spirit eagle like sharp swords. Cuts finally appeared on the green spirit eagle's body, but these weren't fatal to it at all. But the next moment, my main root moved. In the blink of an eye, the main root stabbed out like a peerless spear. The green spirit eagle's body was pierced in an instant. It ended up living for 3.141596 seconds. A few breaths later, my lifespan stat shot up by 150 years. I didn't hesitate. I immediately poured 100 years of lifespan into my other two main roots. After both main roots became spiritized, my level instantly reached first stage great perfection. Now with the snow spirit eaglet and 10 spirit crows helping me, my lifespan accumulation speed has gotten way faster. I gain an average of 30 years of lifespan per day. 9 days later, I had already saved up 325 years of lifespan. Alright, it's time to power up the tree spirit. I was super excited. Then I poured all 300 years of lifespan into the tree spirit. Half an hour later, my stat panel changed completely. My level reached second stage lower grade. My height shot up to 11 zhang. My lifespan also jumped from 25 years to 300 years. I also got a new innate talent, copy. I used to be totally unnoticeable in this forest, but that's not the case anymore. I'm now taller than most of the trees around here. My main root also went from 5 zhang long to 20 zhang deep. Right at this moment, I sensed that 20 zhang underground, there's actually a water cave. A water cave means there's probably an underground river down there. But my roots aren't long enough yet. I can't reach the underground river for now. This gives me more motivation to grow. When I was ranking up, the energy in this area surged. The snow spirit eaglet took advantage of this energy surge and directly ranked up to first stage upper grade. The spirit crows all ranked up to first stage middle grade. I was pretty satisfied seeing that. Because I have the innate talent copy, it lets me copy abilities from other creatures. Of course, I can't copy whatever I want. I can only copy creatures that have eaten my ginkgo spirit fruit. But copying a first stage ability costs 300 years of lifespan. That made me feel a little heartbroken. I'll wait till I save up more lifespan first. Right at this moment, 3 young women ran into this forest area in a panic. They're the 3 girls we saw earlier. This time, 5 men carrying bows and knives were chasing after them. You can't escape. The girl named Su Qian was furious when she saw this. You Zhengjia village act like this. Do you not fear retaliation from our Sujia village? As long as we kill all of you to silence witnesses. How would Sujia village ever know we did this? Just as they were talking, the world energy in the forest ahead started fluctuating weirdly. Then all the birds and beasts around went crazy, running and flying about madly. It seemed that several miles away, something terrifying had emerged in the forest. What's happening? Are the birds and beasts around here crazy? Everyone was terrified at the sight. Run fast! The 3 girls took the chance to escape. Soon they noticed the cyan feathers on the ground, as well as bloodstains. What kind of feather is this? The girl named Su Shui had eyes full of shock. Su Qian, however, had a grave expression. It's a Qingling eagle. This is a Qingling eagle feather. The other 2 realized it immediately after hearing that. Their expressions also changed instantly. Qingling eagles are no ordinary birds. They are innate spirit birds. Look, there are so many Qingling eagle feathers up ahead. Su Yao's voice was trembling. All of them showed fear on their faces at this moment. They weren't stupid, so they naturally figured out what just happened. This Qingling eagle was killed by some other unknown existence. Then they followed the trail of Qingling eagle feathers to search along the way. Finally, their eyes locked onto a ginkgo tree. This ginkgo tree is 11 jang tall. This height is obviously abnormal. Did we just run into a spirit tree? Su Yao's voice was shaking. If it's just a spirit tree, that's fine. What we fear most is running into a tree spirit. Su Qian looked serious and cautious. Ha ha ha, there's actually a tree spirit. The 5 people from Zhangjia village chased over. Catch all of them. Then quickly report what happened here to the clan chief. But before they could make a move, the ground all around suddenly started shaking. Then everyone saw a dark mass coming from all directions. Like a tide surging over. Oh no, it's a beast tide. Su Qian looked absolutely horrified. He never would have thought that this forest area where even ordinary beasts were rare would have a beast tide. The people from Zhangjia village also shrank their pupils in shock, seeing countless birds and beasts charging over madly. Su Qian and the others quickly dropped to the ground. At the same time, I also suddenly noticed something abnormal. My consciousness swept across the surrounding area. In an instant, I saw a tidal wave of beasts surging towards me. My gaze turned slightly cold. This is obviously the world energy fluctuation caused by my advancement that attracted all these beasts. To them, I am full of fatal temptation. As long as they eat me, they can complete their life evolution. If you want to eat me, you better see if you have the life to do so. I had no pity or sympathy at all. From my perception, most of the charging beasts are just ordinary wild animals. Kill them all. My leaves and roots instantly shot out like countless sharp blades. Right after, the area within 20 jang around me seemed to become a giant meat grinder. All the beasts that charged into this area were all torn to shreds without exception. Just then, an angry roar rang out. Then a white ghost-like figure appeared. This white ghost darted into the beast horde and started killing wildly. Right after it, 10 weird black shadows appeared in the sky, moving as fast as ghosts. Every beast they passed by was instantly killed by them. This scene made me very pleased. It didn't waste all the effort I put into training the snow spirit vultures and spirit crows. While this slaughter was going on, my status panel info was changing rapidly. The number in the beast source column was jumping wildly. This beast tide also let me further realize how strong my power is. Just then, a tiger roar rang through the mountains. From my perception, there was an especially eye-catching, fierce tiger in the beast horde. Soon its information appeared in front of me. It's a peak first-grade spirit tiger. The spirit tiger's power is extremely terrifying, especially when it charges. I estimate its charge has a force of 50 tons, but bound by my branches, it couldn't break free at all. After I became a tree spirit, my branches and trunk have both reached an extremely strong level. Over a dozen root hairs shot out like lightning. This fierce tiger in front of me was killed by me in the blink of an eye. After killing this spirit tiger, my lifespan instantly increased by 200 years. The death of the spirit tiger completely shattered the will of the beast horde. They all turned and ran for their lives. But it's not that easy. All beasts within 20 jang are all slaughtered by me. Beasts that escaped beyond the 20 jang range are hunted down by the snow spirit vulture and 10 spirit crows. In the end, it took less than an hour in total. This raging beast tide disaster came to an end. After this beast tide, my lifespan increased by a full 200 years. It's literally an unprecedented huge gain. For the snow spirit vulture and the spirit crows, it's the same case. I got the beast sources. The corpses of the beasts and spirit beasts became their food. And right at this moment, I found the spirit crows had caught 8 people. The spirit crows already have spiritual intelligence, so they can tell that these 8 people are different from other animals. So they brought them to me. My heart skipped a beat. These 8 people are a rare chance for me to learn about the outside world. While I was thinking, I already had some ideas in my mind. It's time to use my innate copy ability. In the end, I used up 300 years of lifespan and successfully copied the Snow Spirit Vulture's Illusion Snow Spirit Eyes ability. At the same time, I got new information. Copied abilities can be upgraded. As long as you spend 500 years of lifespan, you can upgrade it to the next level after successfully copying the Illusion Snow Spirit Eyes. My cultivation level increased again. I felt I was really close to mid-tier 2. I then had a thought. 500 years of lifespan vanished. Illusion Snow Spirit Eyes instantly upgraded to tier 2. At the same time, my level also broke through to mid-tier 2. And right at this moment, I heard a burst of exclamations. It was the 8 humans waking up from a coma. Before they fully woke up, I used Illusion Snow Spirit Eyes on them. They felt their consciousness getting dazed. Where do you come from? Everyone thought the voice sounded like a god's. Their slow brains couldn't think too much. They could only answer the question by instinct. By asking them questions, I got more and more information. The 8 humans came from 2 villages, Zhang Family Village and Su Family Village respectively. This world is called Xuantian World. It's a world ruled by cultivators. According to what they know, cultivator levels are Qi Refining, Foundation Establishment, and Golden Core, which correspond to Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 of demon beasts. Looking at it this way, my cultivation level is equal to a human Foundation Establishment cultivator, and what made me a little relieved was people from Zhang Family Village and Su Family Village. Most of them are ordinary people. The only one with cultivation is Su Yan, the village head of Su Family Village. He accidentally ate a spirit fruit many years ago, and got magical powers, and became an early Qi refining cultivator. 800 li away from the 2 villages, there's a Nanling City. There are high-level Qi refining cultivators in Nanling City, but there are no Foundation Establishment experts there either. Based on this information, it seems that in this 800 li radius area, I'm still relatively safe. Zheng Family Village and Su Family Village both have average strength, so I don't need to worry too much. Of course, I didn't kill the 8 people right away. Before that, I decided to try another experiment. These 8 people are rare test subjects. I condensed 8 ginkgo spirit fruits for them to eat. I let all of them eat it because I was worried. Everyone has different physiques. What if someone can't absorb the ginkgo spirit fruit? But that didn't happen. These people immediately became like the crows before, and started to transform. This scene made my eyes light up. Looks like my ginkgo spirit fruits work not only on beasts, they also work on humans. And it doesn't matter what their physique is. This made me more alert, because it means I am fatally attractive to humans as well, and humans are usually more dangerous than beasts. Not long after, they all completed their transformation. They directly broke the limits of ordinary humans and became early Qi refining cultivators. After they woke up, when they noticed the changes in themselves, they were all super surprised. The next second, they all looked at me in front of them. Although they were controlled by Illusion Snow Spirit Eyes just now, they still knew more or less what was happening around them. The root cause of their transformation was this ginkgo tree right in front of them. The people from Zhang Family Village looked at each other, then turned around and left decisively. They know their own limits. This ginkgo tree is extraordinary. They are too weak to control it, so they want to report this secret to a big shot. It's not just them. Su Qian and Su Xue from Su Family Village were also very decisive. "Let's go," Su Qian said resolutely. "Senior sister, if you want to leave, you can go first by yourselves." "What are you going to do?" Su Qian frowned. "We managed to survive, and even gained spiritual power. Is all thanks to the divine tree. I want to stay here and pray to the divine tree for a while." Su Yao looked extremely pious, but that instantly made Su Qian very annoyed. "What crap, divine tree? This is a ginkgo tree spirit. It's super dangerous here. If you don't leave right now, we're gonna head out first." Su Shou, who was with them, looked very dissatisfied. Su Yao didn't listen to them. Instead, she walked under the ginkgo tree and knelt down. "Forget her, let's go." After saying that, Su Qian gritted his teeth and turned to leave. Just as they and the people from Zhangjia village were about to leave, they suddenly seemed to sense something. Misty phantom snow filled the air. An ethereal voice sounded again. Subconsciously, they turned around and looked at me. Then my heart turned cold. The 5 from Zhangjia village, Su Xun and Su Yue, all have to die. They only want to hurt me. But this Su Yao has a good heart. I thought for a moment. Tree branches shot through the air with a whoosh. I killed all 7 people in an instant. Right away, I gained 600 years of lifespan. Sure enough, people who become cultivators have an average lifespan of 100 years. Then I sent a thought to the snow spirit vulture. The snow spirit vulture immediately took the 7 corpses and the still, alive Su Yao to a place far away from me. Sure enough, wild beasts showed up soon and tore the 7 corpses into pieces. completely erasing all traces that I killed them. As for Su Yao, the snow spirit vulture stayed by her side on purpose, so other wild beasts didn't dare to come near at all. 2 hours later, Su Yao slowly woke up. She looked completely confused, as if she had no idea what happened. How did I get here? And why am I so messy all over? Su Yao rubbed her head. She vaguely felt something was off, and after a while, she glanced around. Her face instantly turned pale. She saw the flesh-eaten corpses of the other 7 people. Su Yao felt like she'd been struck by lightning. What she didn't know was, right now in the sky above her, there were several spirit crows tracking her. I did this to keep an eye on Su Yao. She was pretending earlier. If she acts weird later, I'll have the spirit crows kill her immediately. Meanwhile, in Su Village, why haven't those 3 girls come back yet? Many villagers gathered at the village entrance holding torches. An old farmer in the crowd was smoking a pipe, his eyebrows furrowed tightly, his eyes full of worry. This man was Su Yan, the clan chief of Su Village. Su Yao, one of the 3 girls, was his biological granddaughter. Su Qian and Su Xue were the granddaughters of his 2 younger cousins. They also call him great uncle. Just then, a voice suddenly rang out. Mom. All the villagers looked delighted. Then they saw Su Yao stumbling, looking extremely messy as she walked out. Yao, what on earth happened to you? When Su Yan saw this, he asked in a deep voice, but the next second, his eyes suddenly went wide. How did you become a cultivator? When the other villagers heard this, they also looked completely shocked. Grandpa. Su Yao's eyes instantly filled with tears. Tell Grandpa. What did you run into? Su Yan asked seriously. Su Yao didn't hesitate. She left out the part about me and told the truth about everything else. After Su Yan heard this, his expression was complicated. Then how did you become a cultivator? Well, I don't know either. Su Yao looked confused. But at this moment, a vague image surfaced in the depths of her memory. The most prominent thing in the image was a ginkgo tree. How could this happen? Another old man let out a pained cry. He was Su Ming, Su Xue's grandfather. Restrain your grief, brother. Su Yan sighed. But Su Ming suddenly turned to look at Su Yao. Why did Ah Jue and Ah Jun die in the beast tide? But you, Ah Yao, came out completely unharmed. What is that supposed to mean? Su Yan's gaze turned cold, but Su Ming gritted his teeth tightly. This is about Ah Shui and Ah Shun. I can't help but overthink. Ah Yao, you said all 7 died in the beast tide, and you just happened to wake up right next to their corpses. So you should still remember where their bodies are, right? How about this? You take us there to check. Su Tao, Su Qian's father, said suddenly. Su Yan looked very displeased. Su Tao's words clearly showed he was also suspicious of Su Yao, but Su Yao didn't hesitate at all. Okay, I'll take you there. 2 hours later, the villagers arrived at the place Su Yao mentioned, the gruesome sight of 7 corpses and dense wild animal footprints nearby had clearly revealed the truth. Underworld Emperor and Atao, I can understand how you feel, but if anyone badmouths a Yao over this matter in the future, don't blame me for losing my temper. Su Yan let out a cold snort. The next day I was absorbing beast source energy. I don't need to take action myself now. 10 spirit crows and snow spirit eagles will constantly hunt prey for me. Right at that moment, a figure appeared in my perception range. That figure was none other than Su Yao. I looked surprised, because I sensed a strange magical power from her. I could feel Su Yao's inner thoughts at that moment. I immediately checked Su Yao's status panel. There was an ability called Faith Heart in the ability column. I figured it out right away. The reason I can sense her thoughts is most probably because of this ability. It seems Su Yao has developed certain faith in me. She really treats me as a divine tree. Copy Faith Heart. I copied this ability without any hesitation, though they are both called Faith Heart. My Faith Heart is different from Su Yao's. Su Yao's Faith Heart allows her to hear my thoughts, while my Faith Heart lets me sense my believer's thoughts. That's not all. Faith Heart has another nice surprise. I found faint beast source energy coming from Su Yao. That means faith power can be converted into beast source energy. I also made another discovery. I can see the images in Su Yao's field of vision. That means no matter where Su Yao goes in the future, my perception can reach that place. This also gave me a plan for my future development. Very soon, 8 days passed. The snow spirit eagles and spirit crows just finished eating all the corpses from the beast tide. Their strength also increased greatly. The snow spirit eagles successfully advanced to grade 1 peak. The spirit crows successfully advanced to grade 1 high. Their hunting efficiency improved a lot. Also, Su Yao's faith power accumulated little by little. It can provide me with 1 to 2 years of lifespan every day, so I can gain around 40 years of lifespan every day in total. I saved up 1,050 years of lifespan in just 8 days. Just when I was thinking how to use it, I suddenly sensed a huge creature. It was the golden birch python that passed by before. With my current strength, I can kill it easily, but I changed my mind the next second, because I found it has an ability called Mist Power. As my evolution rank gets higher and higher, my size will definitely get bigger and bigger. That's not good for me to lay low and develop. Hiding myself with mist is definitely very important. I immediately condensed a ginkgo spirit fruit. The white-scale python was slightly stunned when it saw this. Obviously, even though its intelligence is not high, it felt the attraction of the ginkgo spirit fruit. I divided this ginkgo spirit fruit into 10 pieces. After feeding it a little bit, I whipped it with a tree branch. After repeating this 10 times, the white-scale python showed a desperate look in its eyes. Then it kept flicking its snake tongue, as if it was trying to please me. Since your ability is pretty good, I'll give you another one. I condensed another ginkgo spirit fruit. After the white spirit python ate this ginkgo spirit fruit excitedly, it quickly advanced from grade 1 mid to grade 1 high. After it ate my ginkgo fruit, my consciousness successfully connected with the white spirit python's mind. Mist power! Copy. I copied the white spirit python's ability without hesitation. I couldn't wait to use this ability right away. The surrounding air surged, then the air condensed into mist. A quarter of an hour later, centered on me, 3 Lai in all directions was covered by white mist. I also found that, within the range covered by white mist, my perception became much sharper, but this coverage range was not enough. I immediately poured 500 years of lifespan into this ability. Mist power immediately advanced to tier 2. The coverage expanded from 3 Lai to 10 Lai, and even strong wind can't blow it away. I also advanced from tier 2 mid to tier 2 high. My perception became even sharper. At the same time, 800 li away, at the city lord's mansion of Nanling City, an imposing middle-aged man was frowning. This man was none other than Li Qianjue, the city lord of Nanling City, a peak chi refining realm expert. There was also a young man standing behind Li Qianjue. He looked at Li Qianjue with eyes full of respect. Wen Fujiang, how is the situation now? Li Qianjue asked. According to the array detection, the spiritual energy density across all Nanling areas is rising rapidly. This proves the Imperial Court's judgment is correct. The Great Catastrophe period is over. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth is gradually recovering. Wen Yuchao responded immediately. Li Qianju's eyes glowed with expectation and ambition when he heard that. Seeing this, Wen Yuchao continued to speak. My Lord City Master, corresponding to the rise of spiritual energy density, there is a sharp increase in forest riots across various regions. Many of our men have spotted spirit beasts in the mountains and forests. Di Qianju's expression turned grave. This kind of issue is really tricky. Humans can use the spiritual energy revival to boost the prosperity of immortal cultivation. The same goes for those wild animals and plants. Continue to closely monitor and test all areas of Nanling. I don't care what happens in other places, but nothing can go wrong in our Nanling, Li Qianjue ordered sternly. Wen Yuchao is very efficient. That same afternoon, he wore a grave look and came back with the results. Looking at the memorial in his hand, Li Qianju's expression immediately turned very unpleasant. Within a 1,000 li radius of Nanling, there are 11 forest areas with exceeding spiritual energy levels. The largest area is the desolate ancient mountains. 7 of the 11 overstandard areas are in the desolate ancient mountains. Li Qianju's pupils suddenly constricted. There is actually a piece of land in the ancient ridge mountains, with spiritual energy level reaching 9,000 jai, a real spirit land. Are you sure there is no mistake in this test result? I have repeatedly deduced it 3 times with the Heavenly Book Spirit Array, to make sure there are no errors at all. Bai Qianju's face couldn't help turning slightly pale. Nanling is located in Qingzhou. The most famous cultivation, sacred site in Qingzhou, Qingqiu, doesn't even have 9,000 G. He couldn't imagine what kind of terrifying thing was born in the desolate ancient mountains. Yu Chao, go to the desolate ancient mountains yourself. Make sure you get to the bottom of the truth for me. Li Kenjue said, make sure you investigate the whole truth of the matter clearly. Desolate ancient mountains. Sumu's branches couldn't help stretching a little. The air between heaven and earth gave it an increasingly fresh feeling. The spiritual energy of this world is getting thicker and thicker. Sumu was thoughtful. Boom, boom, boom! A series of violent crashing sounds rang out. Sumu swept his consciousness over and immediately saw two huge figures fighting. It was a black ape and a cheetah. The black ape was much stronger than the cheetah. The latter was completely being ravaged. Half a quarter of an hour later, the cheetah's spine was broken by the black ape and died on the spot. After killing the cheetah, the black ape banged its chest hard with both hands, looking extremely arrogant. Species Tongbei ape. Height 3 xiang. Lifespan 200 years. Level. First tier peak ability. Vajra Overlord strength. This Tongbei ape's strength is indeed extremely powerful. It also has a very domineering personality. After killing the cheetah, it immediately set its sights on the ginkgo tree in front of it. From this ginkgo tree, it sensed rich spiritual energy. It wanted to break the ginkgo tree and eat it. Thump, thump, thump! It ran quickly towards the ginkgo tree. But right at this moment, a snow spirit vulture and a white spirit python appeared. Roar. The Tongbei ape roared loudly. The snow spirit vulture and white spirit python were not to be outdone, and started a fierce fight with the Tongbei ape. In this battle, Sumu didn't participate at all. In these mountains and forests, after staying for a long time, it gets kind of boring, more or less. Watching these three fierce beasts fight fiercely can also help him kill some time. Besides, although the Tongbei ape is strong, the snow spirit vulture and white-scale python are not weak either. The snow spirit vulture and white-scale python are also adapted to the mist and have the upper hand. Sumu believed they could handle the Tongbei ape. Just as Sumu was watching the show, a cavalry team arrived outside Suja village. The leading cavalryman was none other than Wen Yu Chao. He tugged the reins, and the horse under him immediately stopped. At the same time, all the cavalry behind him stopped in unison with a sharp swish. You could tell from this how high the quality of this cavalry team was. Wen Yu Chao sat on the horse, looking out at the endless mountain range not far away. Desolate ancient mountains. It was a forbidden area for humans in ancient times. Later, when spiritual energy dried up, it was not as terrifying as before, but it was still dangerous. Knowing he had to enter the desolate ancient mountains, Wen Yu Chao was fully prepared this time. He carried a lot of lethal talismans on him. A middle-aged bearded cavalryman behind Deputy General Wen said, Sujia village is right ahead. It has existed here for over 1,000 years. If we want to enter the mountains, we'd better find a local from Sujia village to guide us. This can reduce the risk. All right, Wen Yu Chao nodded. Then he looked at everyone seriously. All of you, pull yourselves together for me. No slightest negligence is allowed after entering the mountain. Sir, we have been to the desolate ancient mountains many times before. Even though there are risks. But we've got so many people with us this time. There's no need to make such a big fuss, right? A cavalryman said dismissively. The past is the past. The present is a different story, Wen Yu Chao said sternly. The desolate ancient mountains are nothing like they used to be. If you are careless and slack off, losing your own life is the least of your problems. If you get other people killed because of you, can you live with that on your conscience? All the cavalrymen immediately fell silent. To show how seriously he took the matter, Wen Yu Chao walked to the middle of the cavalry team in public. There was a carriage parked right in the middle. A long box was placed inside the carriage. When they saw the long box, all the cavalrymen looked solemn immediately. Inside this long box is a magic sword. If this were 3,000 years ago, a magic sword would be nothing out of the ordinary. But after the Long Spirit Cave era, most of the magic artifacts have been destroyed. Only a small number of them have been preserved. When the cavalry team showed up outside Su village, the villagers fell into a panic. Wen Yu Chao had already expected this. He immediately told the front cavalry to calm the villagers down. After learning the cavalry was from the Nanling City Lord's mansion, and that the cavalrymen were being gentle and polite, the villagers immediately felt much more at ease. Half a quarter of an hour later, Wen Yu Chao entered the village to talk with the village chief Su Yan. Chief Su, I saw 2 families in the village wearing mourning clothes. Did something bad happen here? Wen Yu Chao asked. Su Yan let out a sigh and told him what had happened a while back. 3 people from the village became cultivators. but 2 of them died in the beast tide in the end. Only 1 person survived. After hearing this, Wen Yuchao was visibly moved. After a moment, he said in a deep voice, all 5 people from Zhang village were strong-grown men. All 3 girls from Su village had become cultivators. Under normal circumstances, even if they ran into a beast tide, there's no way only 1 person could make it out alive. It looks like there were probably demon beasts in this beast tide. Even demon beasts with skin as white as porcelain. Su Yan and all the villagers present burst into commotion. They had known there were demon beasts in the desolate ancient mountains before, but none of them had actually ever seen one. Chief, I'd like to meet the little girl who survived. Your granddaughter, that is, Wen Yuchao said after thinking for a moment. Su Yan said, to be honest with you, sir, ever since that incident, my granddaughter has been going into the desolate ancient mountains very often. I've tried talking her out of it, but nothing works. Luckily, she's come back safe every time so far, so I just let her do what makes her happy. Wen Yuchao was stunned for a second. You mean she's gone to the desolate ancient mountains right now? I have no idea when she'll be back. She never stays away for too long each trip. Su Yan said, actually, it's not just her. Lots of girls in the village liked going there before, including Aishu and Aichen, because there's a mountain spring deep in the mountains. It's really popular with all the young girls. Then we'll just wait here for her. Wen Yuchao said, he definitely needs to go investigate the situation inside the desolate ancient mountains, but there's no rush for this exact moment. Su Yan quickly had people bring mountain tea and wild berries to entertain the guests. None of them knew. Right now, high above the village, several crows are circling around. At the same time, inside the desolate ancient mountains, the human cultivator cavalry team. Sumu's heart tightened suddenly. He can sense part of the spirit crow's consciousness, that's why. When the human cultivator cavalry team approached Su village, he noticed it immediately. These human cultivator cavalry teams are nothing like the ordinary villagers of Su village. You can tell at a glance. This human cultivator cavalry team is very formal and well-trained. What's going on? Why are they showing up here? Has my existence been exposed? Sumu didn't have time to think more about it, even though his current power is already very strong. The human race is just far too large. Plus, humans are highly intelligent. He really doesn't want to be discovered by humans too early. It will do him nothing but harm. But Sumu didn't panic at all. He started thinking calmly. The 8 humans who found him back then, 7 of them are already dead. The remaining one is devoutly loyal to him. Right at this very moment, Su Yao is still kneeling in front of him. Judging from this, there's no way humans know he exists. It looks like to get the exact details. He has to send Su Yao, the human, to go find out. Sumu thought to himself. This also proves that his decision to spare Su Yao's life back then was extremely correct. There are a lot of things the snow spirit eagles and spirit crows can't do, especially things related to the human world. Su Yao's cultivation level is still way too low. Then Sumu started thinking, she barely has any say in human society. She could easily get forcefully interrogated. But as long as Su Yao shows extraordinary cultivation and great potential, when others want to target her, they will have to think twice. For now, Su Yao is his only agent in the human world. Of course he values Su Yao a lot. Thinking of this, Sumu immediately conjured a ginkgo spirit fruit. Confused, Su Yao looked up at the divine tree. Sumu didn't answer her. He just told Su Yao to eat this ginkgo spirit fruit. After eating the white ginkgo fruit, Su Yao instantly felt extremely pure, and massive spiritual power spreading inside her body. Su Yao thanked the divine tree for the gift. She quickly knelt down to kowtow. That white fruit just now was a blessing from the divine tree. Rumble, half a cup of tea later, Su Yao's aura started to change. Su Yao's race. Human, height 5 chi, lifespan, 120 years cultivation level. Mid-stage chi refining ability. Faith heart. Su Yao's temperament also became much more otherworldly. Even though she was dressed like a village girl, she looked like a fairy that descended to the mortal world. Go back to Su village. Find out all information about that cavalry unit for me. Sumu sent this thought to Su Yao. I will strictly follow your divine order. Su Yao was extremely respectful. One divine fruit made my cultivation break through. In the human world, this is totally impossible to achieve. This made Su Yao revere the divine tree even more. Back in Su village, Wen Yuchao was still talking to the villagers, trying to learn more about the desolate ancient mountains. Su Yan was accompanying him by his side. Village chief Ayao is back. A villager suddenly came to report with a happy look. Su Yan was also overjoyed. Great, I also want to see this. Little girl who survived the disaster, Wen Yuchao said with a smile. He didn't pay much attention to it at that time. There are lots of people in this world who are lucky and get a random chance to become a cultivator. Actually, most of these people have no potential at all. Just like the Su village chief in front of him, and Su clan leader Su Yan. He got a chance to become a cultivator 30 years ago, and is still at early stage qi refining till now. But the moment he saw Su Yao, his expression changed immediately. He was even shocked deep in his heart. The other cavalry behind him were also obviously stunned. The girl in front of them was not the ugly duckling, village girl they had imagined. She was indeed dressed very simply, but even so it couldn't hide her elegant and otherworldly temperament. Other girls in Su village either have dark skin or wheat-colored skin. Su Yao is different. Her skin is as white as fresh milk. All the Su village villagers were also very surprised. Su Yao's skin was white before, but obviously not this shockingly white. Now, Su Yao really gives people the feeling of a delicate white jade doll. Mid-stage qi refining. Wen Yuchao's eyes were faintly burning with excitement. This girl is not only at mid-stage qi refining, she also has a rich green wood aura on her. This means she most likely has a high-quality wood spirit root in the Spirit Cave era. High spirit root talent didn't mean much, but now it's the Spirit Star era. High spirit root talent is extremely important. As the Deputy General of Nanling City, he knows very well that all major cities are secretly looking for highly talented spirit root seeds. Nanling City doesn't have much competitiveness and always loses to other big cities. And Su Yao in front of him seems to be a God-given opportunity for Nanling City. Others didn't know what Wen Yuchao was thinking. They were still shocked by her mid-stage qi refining level. If anyone else said this, they would just snort in disdain. But this was said by Wen Yuchao. Wen Yuchao is a late-stage qi refining expert. That means Su Yao is really a mid-stage qi refining cultivator. Su Yan was so excited that his beard was trembling. He's been stuck at early-stage qi refining his whole life, and probably will never break through till he dies. This has become his biggest regret. He was extremely worried that his granddaughter would be just like him. He never expected her to break this limit at such a young age. Wen Yuchao originally wanted to ask Su Yao about the situation in the desolate ancient mountains, but at this moment, he completely forgot about that matter. He hurriedly looked at Su Yan. Village Chief Su, I have a request. Su Yao has outstanding talent. Staying here in Su Village will only waste her talent, so I want to take her to Nanling City. Once we arrive at Nanling City, I will ask the city lord to take her as his disciple. I will also treat her like my own younger sister. I hope you can agree, Village Chief Su. Su Yan's eyes lit up. An innocent man commits no crime, but having a precious treasure makes you a target. He's a sharp old guy who's seen it all. There's no way he doesn't get this. Right now, Su Yao is like an extremely rare fine jade. Letting Su Yao stay in Suja Village is bad for both Su Yao and Suja Village. He was just worrying a moment ago about how to bring it up to Wen Yuchao and ask Nanling City to protect Su Yao. Now Wen Yuchao is asking for this on his own. This is totally a great thing. But he still pretended to be hesitant for a bit. As her grandfather, of course I hope my precious granddaughter can stay by my side for her whole life, Su Yan said, but I also know only when a young eaglet leaves its nest can it soar freely in the sky.